What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the best podcast that you've never heard of. Small Talks with the Big Guy. I am, of course, your host, as always, Ero, the Big Guy, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. Welcome back, episode 12 of, once again, the best podcast you never heard of. Man, I told y'all several episodes in a row now that I've got several really good guests lined up, and today is just another one of that list. Ladies and gentlemen, I have got YouTuber, Twitch streamer, FTI personality, and just downright one of the coolest dudes I think I've ever met. Ladies and gentlemen, Mega Matt Studios.
Hey, how's it going? I really appreciate that, man. Seriously.
Of course, brother. I know that you and I haven't ever really had a one-on-one a whole lot, but we've had a lot of conversation, obviously, regarding FTI stuff, and I know we had talked about D&D at one point, but still need to get that to happen. But yeah, man. So how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How's life?
That's good.
You doing
pretty good. Busy, but pretty good.
I feel it. Well, cool, man. Well, I don't know if you've seen the show.
I've seen Kappa Mats, and then I have 4 small talks in my watch later set. I'm trying to get Geek started. It's just with how long it is. I don't like watching. Yeah. I watch something to go to bed. I don't like watching new stuff to go to bed because I don't want to miss stuff. I watched Kappa Mats. I have Geeks and Audis saved right now that I'm really excited to watch.
Yeah, man. Geek and I went. We just went.
I'm hyped to see that one. I'm really hyped.
We had a base idea of what we wanted to do, and then it just went off. It just went off the rails.
But I'm really excited to see Geeks because Geek, online wise, is one of my closest online friends. We've been trying to get something together, the two of us, to do for such a long time now.
Yeah. Say shout out to the Geek Slays, shout out to Artie, shout out to Cap and Matt, all three really awesome people. Geek is, of course, that guy. He is the GOAT, of course. But unfortunately for the Geek Slays, this is not about him. This is about you, sir. But yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you've ever watched the show. I assume no one ever really listens to this. Watches
no, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Thank you. I try not to get myself too hyped up, but I appreciate that. But what we got here is an hour and a half of just getting to know Mega Matt Studios. So if you do not know, now you will know. So if you're ready, my brother, tell us just who the hell is Mega Matt Studios?
Well, right now, more along the lines of just normal content in terms of video work. I keep trying to stream, yet it's hard for me to find the time to actually go live. But right now, Mega Matt Studios, I'm just, in terms of all around content, I have some big stuff coming up on my main channel. My main channel is like my baby. I always talk about. I always try to do huge, spectacular videos. I always try to better each and every one. And then on Mega Matt Plays, my second channel, it's just that's more the vibe channel. That's more us having fun, hanging out, playing some fun games, long games.
Yeah. So I was kind of going through, looking at some of your stuff. Obviously, you did forget one channel. Kicking back with Mega Matt.
Yeah, that's become the meme channel now. It feels like. I mean, no, there's that, and then there's a channel called Mega Matt Clips, which that's long abandoned.
Okay.
That's long abandoned.
For sure. Yeah, we're sitting at 10 months, no videos on Kicking Back with Mega Matt. And I do gotta say, I listened once upon a time ago to the episode you did with Kappa Matt. Once again, shouts out. I gotta say, I loved the episode. It was super stellar to listen to.
A little insight on that episode, because there's 2 Kappa Matt episodes, I believe. I think in total we might have recorded 5. Just because I'm an idiot when it comes to podcasting. So the first episode we recorded twice in the same day.
Okay.
Because I always try to I'm a big guy on making things look professional with the cheapest and most resourceful gear. So that first episode, there's no audio. So we had to go back. And I texted him, I said, dude, do not kill me. But I messed it all up. And he was so cool about it. He goes, okay, let's hop on again. Let's do it right now. And I go, are you serious? You don't have to if you don't want to. And he goes, hell yeah, let's quickly do it right now. And we did it, and I think that one's like the best performing video on Kick It Back.
I have no doubt, man. That was a really stellar video.
He's a really dope guy to talk to. He'll
Oh
make
yeah.
anything entertaining.
Oh yeah. No, Capamat's definitely that guy. He is definitely that guy.
Yeah.
No, I remember because that video was like the rumblings of the return of FTI, and it was really stellar. But
Yeah.
between that, and I know that, like, being a former content creator myself, well, streamer, um, you can't get lost in the numbers. I know that all too well. But I was doing some looking. Between Kicking Back with Mega Matt Studios, and Mega Matt Plays, it's a lot of Mega. You're sitting at a grand total 829 subscribers between all three channels.
Oh, okay. Really? Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
The most being obviously Mega Matt
Yeah.
Studios.
I that's my biggest thing is, for me, if I get caught up in the numbers, everything else is gonna go to
Yep.
crap. I just uploaded Mega Man Plays today, a few hours ago.
2 hours, actually.
Oh, something like that. Yeah. And that's one that I'm like, I was gonna sit on it for a while, but I know that's one that I have to admit. I know Among Us for Mega Man Plays always does phenomenal. So I was like, let me just throw it out now. That, and I absolutely loved how I edited it.
Definitely.
But that's my biggest thing is I try not to get too attached to the numbers, because then it just demotivates me
Absolutely.
so badly.
You cannot stare at those numbers. That's one of
Yeah.
it's one of the biggest things I had to teach myself back when I used to stream. Is it didn't matter if I was streaming to one person or 100. You can't get just gridlocked into that. But
Yeah.
you make a variety of different kinds of content. Like you did an underground, or not underground, but like a shelter outside. I saw that
Yeah.
video. Obviously you talk to people, a lot of technology stuff between the cameras, the microphones, and everything, and then of course all the gameplay. What would you say is like your favorite style of content to really make?
For me personally, it's any type of like IOL content. So I loved shooting the survival shelter video, and
Yeah.
that's one that actually took like 5 months to make, because again, same thing. I love trying to work things out with like the cheapest gear. I used some cheap budget microphones on that we actually used prior in Vlogmas, which worked pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I had never tested them outside and long distance wise, so that entire video basically was gonna get scrapped until I was like, oh, let me see what I can do. And I spent like 4 days trying to edit that. But that's my favorite thing to do, is those types of videos, the IOL videos, me
Yeah.
outside, me kind of doing fun stuff. That video specifically, that was supposed to be one that was like supposed to be the beginning of each video is going to be that type of style. Each video is going to be bigger than the last. Just because I want to have fun doing it. The videos that where I actually like am out having fun is what I really like to do, I should say.
Definitely. Awesome, man. No, so I went back and I watched that one because I I was curious, like what exactly did we do here? But yeah, man. No,
That
I
shelter is still up.
is it really? That's wild.
And since then we've had that happened during the hurricane.
Right.
That 2 trees have fallen right next to it since then. So I'm shocked it's still up. There's a short that came up that was 1
Yeah.
month later. That was me going to visit it, and it was still up, which I was really shocked about.
Hey man, it's got that Mega Matt quality to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up for a while with that kind of standard.
Hopefully. Actually, I will say, I actually tried shooting that like a year and a half before.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave up halfway because I was like, no, nothing's working. I tried like making holes in the ground to put the posts. I just was not smart about it. I didn't do any research. It was pretty terrible.
Right.
So I'm glad that one, at least after the edit, worked out really well.
Definitely. Where did the idea for that video come from? Because like I feel like it was just kind of out of nowhere,
Yeah. So for a long time, I did Boy Scouts. All my friends used to go. So that's like 5 minutes from my house. That woods.
Mm-hmm.
We used to always go there. My friends would fish. I wasn't ever a big fisher, but I'd kind of go down there, hang out. I've always been in love with the outdoors. I love when I used to walk to the gym every single day. That would be the path I would take, is through those woods. That and some of my favorite content creators, like my favorite group right now is the Sidemen, a UK group.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were
okay.
they were doing
Yeah.
like a camping video, and I was like, I oughta should try something like that. But what can I do? Like again, just me by myself. I don't really have anyone around me that I can shoot with, with a snap of my fingers. So overall, it was just seeing those types of videos, the Sidemen camping videos, growing up doing that kind of stuff. I really wanted to see if I could do it again, because even these last few years since started Mega Man Studios, it was all about technology. It was all about me staying inside. I could not stay inside any longer. I had
Right.
to go out.
Absolutely.
I had to touch grass.
Definitely. Crazy, man. Uh so once again, just kind of digging through some of the stuff. I have a base idea, but how long exactly have you been creating content between either YouTube, Twitch, or maybe something else?
I made my first YouTube channel back in 2012.
Oh,
It
okay.
was I was filming a bunch of my old Power Ranger toys with my cell phone. No audio, no nothing, just filming them, uploading them. And then I got to 5th grade, 6th grade, and me and my friends decided to make a fun little channel. We called it Channel Awesome News, and it was just at the time it probably seemed like a cool idea, but it was us just filming what we were doing, having a good time. They were
Mhm.
really cringy videos.
Yeah.
And then that friend group actually had a huge falling out around like 7th or 8th grade. So I made Mega Man Studios, which was originally called, what was it called? Ultra something. I forget. Ultra something, and then I changed it to Mega Man Studios, which was always just vlogs. It was just vlogs originally, but then I hated making vlogs because it was just forcing myself to film myself doing nothing.
Mhm.
So then that turned into me trying to come up with fun ideas, those bigger, better videos.
Of course.
And then the gaming content, it's such a stupid answer, but there were so many games I wanted to play, and I was so obsessed with making videos that I could not justify sitting down for those long hours to play them. So I was
Mhm.
like, let me just stream them. Let me try that. So I was on Twitch. Then I made Mega Man plays to play like games like Life is Strange, stuff like that. And then I started streaming on YouTube. And then started going back and forth between the two, and yeah, and then the podcast channel
Mhm.
was the same thing. Kind of same thing. What you're doing is you wanted to kind of have a nice talk with small creators and stuff, and just basically have a conversation.
Yep.
So overall, that's kind of how that was. For a long time, a long time.
Yeah.
I think majority of my life now, actually,
Hey, man.
which is really weird to think about. Thinking about it right
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Once
that's weird.
once you kind of like actually start to put all those things together, you're like, wow, I've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about where Mega Matt came from. Of course, I'm just assuming that Matt's your shoot IRL name, but
Yeah, so my name's Matt, and honestly, there is no good reason.
oh,
Me
okay.
and my old friend Christian were sitting in this exact room when I was really young, when I was much younger. This was 2016, because it was a few months after I started my YouTube channel, and my phone had actually been broken at the time, so I borrowed his phone to shoot my videos. And I logged. I genuinely. I'm trying to remember why I actually named it Mega Matt Studios. I think Mega Matt just seemed like a cooler name back then. And
Mhm.
I was trying to think of like what I would want to do. I wanted to do the more like scripted, episodic stuff. I love storytelling, so I think that's what I really wanted to do. I have an old notebook somewhere that has like 3 short films written in it from all growing up, and then like
Oh,
a
wow.
fan film. They're all probably really bad. I haven't looked at them since I first wrote them down. But that's what I
Yeah.
really wanted to do when I first started. So that's kind of where the studios came from. And I think Mega Man, yeah, was just me thinking I
Okay.
was
Okay.
cool, me thinking I was hot
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, hey, it works, and obviously
Yeah,
it's stuck to some kind of popularity.
yeah.
So there you
I think
go.
even like that name has became like the universal name. Like on our family streaming services, I don't put Matt, I put Mega Matt. Everything I put Mega Matt. And it's
Yeah.
just become a force of habit by now. And it's so
Yeah.
stupid, but it's just a force of habit now.
I was gonna say, I don't think I can speak to Geek, Jedi, Matthias, Artie, Bryceus without any
Yeah.
of them mentioning you and not just calling you Mega Man.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just stuck. Like
Yeah.
it's like me with Ero. It's just stuck.
Yeah.
um so what got you into making like your content? Like I know that you kind of hit on like you and your buddies were, but like when you went off on your own, you know, you had the big disbanding. I'm gonna
Yeah.
call it. What got you into like really wanting to make that content?
So there was a YouTube channel. I don't know if you ever. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of the dad shredding the son's video games with the
Oh
lawnmower,
yeah, oh yeah.
McJuggernuggets. He was someone that I watched religiously the entire
Okay.
Psycho series, and it was shortly after he ended the series and came out that it was fake and started doing more vlogs that I really kind of got into wanting to make that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that storytelling side of me came from. Same thing with Casey Neistat. I was a huge Casey Neistat fan, hence the love of camera gear, uh, of trying to make vlogs out of realistically nothing, try to make everything a story, that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then obviously before Mega Man, because it was just after McJuggernuggets released that the Psycho series was fake that I started Mega Man Studios. And then before that, yeah, it was just me and my friends doing stupid stuff, filming them just to have for ourselves and deciding just to randomly upload them, which did get us bullied. But I think I was the only one who was like, "Nah, screw it. We put it out. Who cares if people watch them?"
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
definitely, definitely. Uh, being a content creator, especially these days, you know, and burnout is such a real thing. I know it better than I know it just as well as anybody. It's sometimes very difficult to want to, you know, get together, get yourself together, get in front of the camera, make some kind of content. Rather, it's, you know, making a, you know, a survival shelter outside, playing Among Us for YouTube. But like, I guess what inspires you to keep going?
That's a hard one because I mean, even now, I think this year. So I started 2022 off with not making many videos, realizing that that's something I really still want to do. Still kind of having that burnout, and then 2023 saying, no, I'm gonna go full force. I really want to try to have more fun instead of just doing nothing.
Hmm.
Keep filming them. And then this year is a kind of relapse year. I had a lot of struggle, a lot of burnout. I think it was because of me wanting to make everything so much bigger, so much better. Not this last upload on Mega Man Series, but the video before that. I think it was called Change of Plans.
Hmm.
Where I was like, no, I'm sick of having this mental battle with myself that everything has to be better than the last. I'm getting rid of so many ideas I have. I'm not doing so many different things because I don't think they're big enough, they're good enough, or they're better enough to do them. So I kind of use that video as I'm going to do this because I really want to. Nothing makes me happier than making a video, than
Yeah.
editing a video, than making art. So I just went ham. Even on Megamat's plays, I have a huge backlog. I think of like 30 or some odd videos from either streams or me and my friends recording stuff that we play that I'm slowly starting to release. Like that Among Us video that came out today. That was from last December that we streamed.
Hmm.
So burnout's very tough.
Oh yeah,
It's just something I really want to do. So I have to prove to myself that I really want to do it.
definitely, definitely, man. What would you say to maybe somebody who, let's say you're having a conversation with a fellow streamer, content creator, and they come up to you asking you like, what do you do to battle that burnout? What would you tell them?
That's tough. I genuinely, it's more along the lines of just have fun doing
Yeah,
it. I think if you're not having fun doing it, then there's no point in doing it. So if it's something that really makes you happy, then do it.
definitely,
Even if it's not to the level you want, as long as you're having fun doing it, as long as it's putting a smile on your face, that's all that matters in my eyes.
definitely. Love that. Mega Man, this next one is it's one of those questions, and I apologize in advance.
Oh no.
Looking at Mega Man, kicking back at Mega Man plays. What sets you apart from all the other channels? Because streaming content creation, it's such a watered down market at this point.
Yeah.
Like especially after 2020 with COVID, everybody and their mother hopped on some kind of streaming platform. Uh, Obviously now that's kind of fizzled out with a lot of it. But what sets Megamat Studios apart from everything else?
Well, Mega Man Studio specifically, I think it all depends on your personality. I try to put myself in like the best position, the best possible mood to kind of especially have the viewer have fun watching it as I'm having fun doing it at the
Right.
same time. Mega Man plays it's a little hard for on the gaming side. Realistically, everything is all about personality. So if you have a really cool and a really fun personality, which to be fair, I don't think I do in the slightest bit, opposed to so many other people. Like I
Yeah.
think Geek's gonna be huge. His personality is amazing. He's such a kick-ass dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the podcast, it was again same thing, personality. But for me, it was again wanting to have a conversation with small creators my size and stuff like that. Which is it's hard for me to talk on because I have quote unquote quit it
Mm-hmm.
in a way. But yeah, as long as it's definitely all about how you make it seem. So if you're having fun and you make it to where other people are having fun watching it, I think is all that matters. As long as you have a good, I keep saying it, as long as you have a good personality,
Yeah.
I think is what sets everyone apart from the big guys in a way.
Right. Now, I would definitely agree. Mega Matt, we're gonna switch gears. I have a segment. It's everybody's favorite. That I like to do on this show.
Excited.
Heroes Top 5. Play the thing.
The big guys, top 5. Oh, yeah.
Mega Man, welcome to Heroes Top 5. These are 5 fast, easy, quick questions that are not so fast, not so easy, and definitely not so quick to prove that you are indeed not a robot. Once again, I don't know why I gave it that gimmick, but here we are. 12, I don't know, probably 30 episodes later if you combine all the seasons together. But, Mega Man, if you're ready to run the gauntlet, brother.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to start you off with just hitting for the fences. Mega Man, what's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, I'm a basic bitch, vanilla. I'm the basic.
Okay.
I'm the biggest basic bitch.
Now, hold on, because there's I also really love vanilla ice cream. Vanilla bean or vanilla, because it's different. It tastes different. I don't care what people say.
You see, that's tough because I didn't even really know there was a different kind. You see, it's hard. I've been going to the gym nonstop this last 3 months.
Yeah.
So I have not had anything unhealthy. I've not had ice cream in the longest time. So it's hard. I'm trying to remember all the different kinds going through my head. But vanilla bean. Let's go for it. Lock that in.
Okay. Vanilla bean, lock it in. What kind of brand are you? Are you particular to one brand, or is it just whatever you can get your hands on?
Whatever's the cheapest.
I feel that. Are you a bowl or just right out of the container?
Bowl.
Okay. You like to add anything to it? I'm a big chocolate caramel peanut butter guy with my vanilla.
I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, hey, man.
I'm a very picky guy. I'm a very picky and basic guy.
Okay. Hey, no worries about it, brother.
As you see, my branding is one solid color.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the green love a little bit.
You're gonna love my
definitely.
answer for it.
Oh boy. Awesome, man. Awesome. I've had to have had at least one person say just vanilla. Definitely one other person had to have just said
really.
Vanilla. Yeah,
I always
at least.
I always feel like I'm embarrassed to say that answer because everyone's like, oh, like everyone's expecting some like big extravagant flavor.
Honestly, I mean the one that's in the lead is mint chocolate chip.
I can see that. Yeah,
it's got like half my former cast
really
says mint chocolate chip. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Cass, who was my last episode, shouts out. His was Neapolitan. So he's,
Oh,
one
okay.
third of your choice.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Can't pick one, just have them all.
right. There you go, man. I love it. Well, obviously, by just looking behind you, and of course knowing you have a gaming channel, you are obviously a gamer. This one's a twofer. You can answer them either way you want. Doesn't matter. And we're a big fan of lists here on Small Talks with the Big Guy.
I made my lists.
There we go. So, Mega Matt, I need, in no particular order, your favorite video game of all time and your favorite video game that you're playing right now.
Ooh, okay. Favorite video game of all time is... That's really tough.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the basics. Just say GTA 5.
Ooh, okay.
I'm right now playing the entire Grand Theft Auto series in one huge marathon on stream. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I also just played Vice City, which was
classic.
really sick. I never played it before. It was
Really?
really sick.
Oh,
It's
wow.
probably one of my top ones right now.
Yeah.
Favorite game I'm playing right now, Life is Strange.
Okay.
I love the episodic games. Again, I'm a big storyteller. Right now, I'm playing Life is Strange Double Exposure, the game that just came out like the other day.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I'm mid playing that right now, which is really sick.
Awesome. I don't think I've touched any of the Life is Strange games.
It's a hard game to get into.
Yeah.
There's slower pace.
Okay.
But there's a lot of them right now.
I know a lot of people kind of compare them to the old Telltale games.
Yes, that's also on my list. Walking Dead Telltale series is on my list. I just finished playing that entire series a few months ago.
There you go. So we played the first one, only the first game. Back when I was streaming. Yeah.
I cried my eyes out during the last one on camera. I was really embarrassed. It wasn't even like a. It was a full on.
Just losing it.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. Any others to throw on either of those lists?
I gotta go with Saints Row 2.
Oh, okay.
Like a GTA clone-ish game.
Oh, yeah.
One of my biggest games to play on stream, which kind of got me my start in streaming, was Saints Row 4, which I played the entire Saints Row series, and I edited all of them down into what I call a mega movie and post on the gaming channel.
Okay.
The official trailer for Saints Row 4 just came out the other day, and the movie for Saints Row 4 that I edited comes out Monday, the 11th. So I think comes out before this.
Yeah.
I believe, yes.
There you go. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. So with the video game twofer, we have started what I like to call the trifecta of entertainment. We start you off in video games, now we're going to go to movies. Mega Matt, give me some of your favorite movies of all time.
Oh, this is really tough. I'm more along the lines of sit down to watch TV shows because I can enjoy more of a story, but I do have some decent movies on my list.
Okay.
I have Creed on my list right now. I'm a big martial arts guy. I love boxing. Same thing with the Karate Kid's also on my list.
Okay.
Old school karate, yeah. And then I have a few weird ones. So I have The Guilty, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal playing the 911 dispatch, 911 dispatcher. I thought that was like a really intense story, and I really like that. Two really weird ones to be on my list. I have Let's Be Cops. Really weird one. Okay. I don't know why. That's like my pleasure movie. I don't know why. It's just an entertaining movie to watch.
Yeah.
And
Makes
then
sense.
Throwing out to left field, 1,000 Words with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, okay.
Very vastly different movies. Different movies.
Yeah. Going into this, I did not know you were much more of a TV guy than a movie guy.
I also made a TV show list, just in case.
Well, I was going to say, this is exactly why we have these conversations. No, screw it. Hit me with a TV list.
Again, love superheroes. Arrow, the DC show. Same thing with Superman and Lois. That's a huge show right now. They're airing their final season right now.
Oh, okay.
It's a CW show, so known for being like a pretty shitty show, but given an HBO Max size budget, so going from like $1 million an episode to like $25 to $50 million an episode is wild.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got The Walking Dead on there. I just finished binge watching the entire series. And it was
Oh,
only
wow.
after playing the Walking Dead games that I decided to finally sit down to watch it. Which it was good.
Yeah,
It was good up until a certain point.
yeah.
That's basically. And
Yeah.
then I have 2 Japanese shows on that list too, which no one's really gonna
Okay.
understand. They're called Go Kaiju and then Shin Kenja. It's kind of like how Pokemon is a Japanese show with American voice actors. It's
Yeah.
Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers, because Power Rangers is a Japanese show with American voice actors on it. It's 2
Yep.
seasons of that show that me and I have a whole group that kind of watches it and talks about it. It's again, Power Rangers is like a kids show. Super Sentai the original is like an adult show. So it's very
Oh, yeah.
weird seeing their episodes and then the kid episodes. Very weird
Definitely.
seeing the
Yeah.
difference. And that's my
No,
list
I
for that.
I also grew up with Power Rangers, so I get it. I you know,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Well, cool, man. I do love that. I gotta ask, where did The Walking Dead fall apart for you?
Probably after. See, there's certain things that I knew going into it, like,
Mhm.
you know, certain characters' death, like Glenn, his death. I'd say probably after season 8, I was really still holding on hope for the show, and it was just after they killed Carl off that I was season 9, and then the future stuff I could not care about, and then the slightest bit I could not.
It's so tragic, man.
Yeah.
So originally I was one of those guys when the show first aired. Like I stayed up all night, watched the premiere, and I watched the replay of it afterward.
Yeah.
I loved the first season. I still do love the
It's
first
so
season of
good.
The Walking Dead. I had like the deluxe DVD bundle back when
there
it
you
came
go.
out. Yeah.
That's sick.
I fell off after Terminus, and my wife and I we actually just rewatched it. I think last year. Watched the entire thing, and man, I swear I hear more times than not when Carl gets killed. That is, or I guess when Carl dies, that is where a lot of people fall off.
Yeah. And the reason for killing him off is even worse.
100%.
Just because they didn't want to pay him an adult salary.
Yeah,
It's
it's
terrible.
ridiculous. I do have to admit, I still hated when they killed the governor. I loved the governor.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Granted, that was before Negan, obviously, but
yeah. I love the governor as the villain. But Negan was, in my eyes personally, a better villain. Especially like again, a story guy. Seeing that realistically, if you look at it through his eyes, Negan really isn't the villain.
Right.
Again, looking at it through his eyes, he's not the villain.
Yeah, 100%. No, I love talking to people about The Walking Dead because it never fails. It's always when Carl dies. Shouts out to Artie the Gamer. She is Carl Grimes' biggest fan. I swear.
You see, it's weird because I went to a video game convention back in July, at the very end of July, and that's where I finished the Walking Dead video game.
Ooh, okay.
Me and my buddy made a bet that if I finished the entire Life is Strange series and the entire Walking Dead series, he'll pay for me to get an autograph from Nick's, I forget his last name, who played a character in Life is Strange and Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil. So I have that hanging up right there. And then it was, I think it was the day after I got back from there that I started binge watching The Walking Dead.
Okay.
And I finished very quickly because that's like all I watched, like the only thing I watched.
Yeah. I'll say that is not an easy watch. That is a lot of time.
Yeah.
But kudos to you, sir. Any honorable mentions for the TV list?
For the TV list, I only wrote honorable mentions for video game list, which
okay.
All I have is Lethal Company, content warning, and then right now Black Ops 6 because I'm playing the shit out of Black Ops 6.
As is most of the world.
Yeah. I guess for TV show, I'll throw Breaking Bad on there. I haven't finished it yet. That's the only reason why I couldn't justify putting it on the list.
Fair enough. That
There's
is,
there's like a list of shows I'm trying to binge watch.
oh yeah.
And I can't justify starting another one without finishing the previous one, just in my own head.
Yeah, no, I get it. 100%. Now, Breaking Bad's one of those shows like I've thought about wanting to watch a million times. I just never
Yeah.
gotten into it. I'm much more of a fantasy guy, zombies, Game of Thrones, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I've not watched Game of Thrones, but I just heard they have a Game of Thrones Telltale game,
They do.
which
I will say
I will be playing.
it has like it's weird. It's technically its own canon. So, but it had like it's based off of another family that isn't actually in the show.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
George R. R. Martin was actually going to try to write in that family in the fifth book.
Oh, really?
Sixth
Shit.
book, whichever book it was. The one that he has yet to do. But we haven't got there yet, actually. I played that. I loved it. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah. I know, because it's the same thing with The Walking Dead, is they have The Walking Dead Michonne. I forget if that's the title or not, where it's a Telltale series, but it's about Michonne.
Yeah.
I think probably before she joins the group. I'm not too sure how that one plays out. I haven't looked at anything other than the name of it.
Ooh, okay.
Because I don't like being spoiled when it comes to that stuff.
Right. Definitely. Okay, so video games, movies. Let's finish up the trifecta. Here on Small Talks with the Big Guy, I like to do a thing where I ask every single guest to give me a top 10 music playlist. This playlist can be stuff that you've liked of all time, like your entire life, songs that you just love, or maybe stuff that you've recently.
About my music one, yeah.
I've got I'm kind of curious because you've got some in here that I
have no type.
Okay, I will say there's one in here that I saw and I went, "Oh my god, yes, we're gonna have a conversation."
I know.
That. Yeah, I think you do. But I take every single guest's top 10.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. I take every single guest's top 10 playlist and I throw it into one giant playlist over on Spotify. That'll be linked down in the description below. It is an absolutely insane playlist. We're sitting at a total of 195 songs. This obviously will be added to it after the fact, so will be whatever that is plus 10. 205? I'm not good with math. But let's get started, Mega Matt, in the order that you sent me. Sid Matters to... Oh, I'm so sorry. Hang on.
Well, 2 Sid Matters songs. Yeah, no, I know.
Right. For these songs, you can go into as much detail as you want. You can, if you want to explain some significant meaning to it, go for it. If they're just a bop, man, that's cool too.
I gotcha.
But Sid Matters to all of you.
So there's To All of You, and then there's Obstacles, the 2. These are kind of like duo ones.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah. They're two big songs in the first Life is Strange game, which is actually the first game I recorded on Mega Man Plays. And Life is Strange has my all-time favorite soundtrack to it.
Okay.
So in a way, they are just kind of bops to me, but they have the huge meaning that Life is Strange is one of, if not, probably my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
So it has that special meaning to me in a way. They are just kind of bops to me.
Absolutely.
Good songs to have on in the car when I'm driving somewhere.
Yeah. There you go. So knock out both 1 and 2 in one go. That's the first one, I'll tell you that much. We'll get into the one that I was really excited to see.
Yeah.
I Really Want to Stay at Your House. Rosa Walton, Haley Goggins. This is from the Cyberpunk Edge Runners anime show.
I can't believe I didn't put that on my TV show list. That's what I was like. I can't believe I didn't put on my goddamn list, which I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
Making my list, the gears in my brain are turning like at overtime, and that's still nothing's coming out. So I was going through Netflix and go, what movies have I watched? What TV shows have I watched? I'm looking at my Steam. What games have I played? I did not know. I was having the biggest brain fart ever.
Yep. Nobody's ever ready for Eros Top 5.
Yeah. But Cyberpunk Edgerunners was an anime that my buddy DSO had me and my other friend the Litz all get together, and we spent we were originally going to watch them all in one night, but I had to go somewhere, so we watched half the season one night, came back the next night and watched the other half of the season, and
Oh,
it
wow.
was so good. All three of us cried. Two of us cried. I struggled to cry doing it because my friends are pieces of garbage. So every time, my one buddy
Okay.
that now started going to the gym with me was sitting there the whole time. Haha, there's a fat character. That's your Mega Man. That's your Mega Man. The entire time. So it was really hard at the very end to have that emotional attachment to it. However, I did rewatch it later on and did get really sad for it. On my laptop, I actually have a bunch of I have a bunch of Cyberpunk Edgerunner stickers that I got. Waterproof stickers too, so I need to put in my water bottle.
There you go.
But no, that was such a good series, and that song makes me, have the feels.
Yeah. I genuinely feel like Edgerunners does not get the love it deserves.
Oh, not at all.
Like
I think didn't they just release the trailer or a teaser for season 2? Or some kind of like sequel.
Yeah, they haven't said it was a technical season 2 of Edgerunners because, spoiler alert, I don't know how you make a season 2 of Edgerunners.
Yeah,
but no, yeah, they did say they're making another show, and I am ecstatic for it. But I never in my life have I seen a game flop as bad as Cyberpunk 2077, and then get the resurgence.
Yeah.
From another variation of media.
Yeah.
Like, I have never seen that in my life.
Which I should have put Cyberpunk on either my honorable mention list or my games list. But again, that's one I haven't completed yet. We watched it a few months ago, and then I was told to stop playing it because I had gotten Cyberpunk for Christmas because I had bought myself the Series X Xbox.
Okay.
And it was one of those games where I started it, but I know I'm playing the GTA Marathon, so I have so many games to get through, so I went straight back to GTA, and I have not touched Cyberpunk since.
Man, what was it? I rewatched the anime, and then I was like, you know what? Because I bought Cyberpunk on launch. I bought it launch day, and I streamed it on my PS4 on launch day, and
sure, that was fun.
Oh man, that was a rough week. That was a very rough week. I think I streamed it every day that week too. No, I dove back into it just recently on my PS5. I think I'm like 18 to 20 hours in.
Oh, geez.
It is so much fun. It is so much fun. I will say it still has plenty of bugs.
Ooh, that I'm not looking forward to any of the bugs.
Yeah. They're not nearly as bad as they used to be. I will say back when it launched, you couldn't do combat.
Really?
The frame rate would just.
Oh wow!
You'd shoot and it was.
Oh no!
it was so bad. No, I'm so sorry. I love talking about Cyberpunk, and people that have never seen the show, please go watch the show. It's so good. Phenomenal.
It's not even like it's a long show either. You could definitely bang it out in like a day, maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like, you get so hooked to these characters, and like it's got some of my favorite voice actors in it. Of course, now I'm blanking on most of their names. But the guy who voices the main kid, whose name I'm also blanking on, I know he voiced. Man, I'm blowing the spot hard.
I'm
right
also
now.
completely blanking.
He voiced one of the characters from Demon Slayer. Bryce Papenbrook. He voiced he voiced Inosuke on Demon Slayer. He voiced David, the main kid.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
We're back. Matt Mercer voiced Falco. It's a fantastic show. I could stay there all day.
Oh, you see, I was stupid. I just put Cyberpunk Edgerunner's cast, and it came up with the Japanese cast. I'm stupid. I should have put English dub.
I have never watched it with subbed. I think I ought to. I think that's probably a whole other kind of experience.
So my buddy just showed us the English dub of it, and going back, because I went to go listen to the song back like the day after we started watching it,
Yeah.
and it starts with the clip with the the scene, and it was all in Japanese, and it was vastly different. It's vastly different.
Yeah.
Voice
I
work.
bet the vibe for it is way crazier.
But I think genuinely the English is probably a lot better.
Okay.
The dub for it is so much better. I think they have a lot more emotion when they talk in every scene than the Japanese actors do, personally.
Yeah.
It was so good, though.
There you go. I do want to tell you, if you decide to jump back into 2077, you're going to get about 10 hours into the game, and there's an alleyway that you can go down kind of deep into Night City. You get David's jacket.
I knew, because isn't that on the cover? I think, because I'd gotten the one with the DLC on it.
Yeah.
And I think that one has the guy wearing David's jacket.
Yeah, you get David's jacket in the game. So I got it when I was like 10, 11 hours in. I'm still, like I said, like 19, 20 hours later, I have not taken it off. I refuse.
I have a funny story with David's jacket. So at the convention I went to, too many games. It's me and my buddies. We're just walking, and again, we like to take photos with the cosplayers that we see that we like. Someone was wearing David's jacket, who I don't think he realized he was dressed more like David than just wearing the jacket. I'm like, oh, yo, can I have a photo? And I swear to God, he went, I'm not effing dressed like David, and then walks away. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, God damn.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. What a buzzkill.
Yeah.
Well, no shouts out to that guy.
Yeah, screw that guy. I was so hurt from that.
Oh man. All right. Cyberpunk. Oh, I could be here all day. Next up, number 4, KSI Down Like That feat Rick Ross, Little Baby, and I will say it cuts it off right there.
That's just a good hype song. Like, again, I'm a big martial artist. I grew up in karate, working out. I do a lot of boxing. So just having that on is like either like a boxing song or just working out in general that's like a good pump song, personally.
Yeah. Okay. One of my favorites, Hosier, Too Sweet.
Yeah. So I had found that song obviously on TikTok, through a lot of the edits of like the before and after photos. Because again, I'm doing a big weight loss thing, so I'm watching a lot of people's other weight loss, and that's one song they use. And I put out a tweet the other day after my main channel video went live, and I said, because I think in that video all the music was copyrighted because they were all like heavy songs that I've listened to for a long time that I've known I wanted to make into a video. That's one song that I keep hearing that's saved because I want to use it in a project, whether it's when or if I get in shape, I want to do one of those transition type videos. But another one of those things, it is also just a really good bop.
I was saying Hosier is that guy. I say I've got his song he did with Bear McCreary for God of War Ragnarok constantly on repeat in my playlist. I love that song. I was a little surprised to see this one because I honestly I thought these guys were a one-hit wonder. Owl City, Vitamin C.
Yeah. So I had also for a long time thought they were one-hit wonder with Fireflies.
Yep.
Going into it, the guy's still making music, and his new album Vitamin C went huge. Like he's still making like huge songs. I have like 9 of his songs saved, and they're all brand new songs. And what he does is, because he doesn't have a band anymore, he on stage is doing a one-man band, like 3 keyboards. He got a whole drum set. Guitars kind of already on stands as he's playing them. It's very weird to see, but that's one song that. Where did I see that? I think I just seen it on YouTube. It came up recommended for me because I was listening to one of his other songs. I think it was Fireflies or one of the other ones around that time.
Yeah.
And I really liked it because it was a very different feel from a lot of his other songs.
Okay.
And I showed my one buddy the Litz, and he really liked it. So every time we were out driving, he would play it, and it kind of got stuck in my head a lot more and more. So it was just because it was a bop song.
Hey,
but Owl City is a really good artist in my eyes.
For sure. I to be honest with you, I had no idea they did anything. Multiple to be honest here. I didn't know it was one guy. I had no idea.
Nowadays, it's just the one guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I also had no idea that he did anything after Fireflies.
Yeah.
I kind of thought
I'm pretty sure his band, like, the person in Fireflies when they were recording it is the pianist or something like that. Does some backup vocals. She went big, and now
okay.
does solo music. I think she's pretty big now. I can't for the life of me think of a name.
Yeah.
I also don't know anything she put out, but apparently, like, after watching interviews and stuff like that, he talks about how big she became.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I'm just taking his word for it.
I mean, hey, there you go. I love that, man. Greek Fire, Top of the World.
So this is a song that I have as half a soundtrack and just a normal song. It was used in the trailer, the first trailer for the Big Hero 6 movie, which is one of my favorite animated movies of all time.
Yup.
I have such a deep love for that movie. And after rewatching the movie, I had that thought in my head, like, I swear there used to be the trailer used to be so good. I rewatched the trailer and it was a different song. So I'm like, no, there has to be. It was definitely this song, and I'm trying everything I can. I'm trying to Shazam it, but with me singing it in a way. It was. Probably spent. I spent way too long trying to find it.
For sure.
And then when I finally found it, it's a song that when I'm running on the treadmill, I kind of play in my headphones and kind of motivates me a little bit more. So that's both the soundtrack for one of my favorite animated movies and also a Jim Bop song.
Definitely. Love that, man. Man. Another movie that I feel like doesn't get the love it deserves because it unfortunately came out around the time of Frozen. And the entire world fell head over heels for Frozen.
And then they made a semi-sequel. They made one of those Disney Plus shows about Baymax and stuff like that, which...
Yeah, I never saw that,
neither have I, but I don't think it was good.
Yeah, I never heard anyone being like, you need to take out the show, man.
I'm pretty sure they only made it, and as weird as it sounds, because of the Aunt Cass character, because she was now overly sexualized character. That became a huge thing. So they're like, "Oh, we have to have another project." That's what I think they made it for. Was for the Aunt Cass, because the kid wasn't in it. It was Baymax and the Aunt. The kid wasn't in it at all. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Probably find other videos of that. Probably on a different kind of website.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Oh man, no! I swear, I swear to this day that's why people fell in love with The Incredibles. It's because of Elastigirl.
Probably
because of that exact.
It's probably the only reason why they made a sequel like 20 years later.
Right? Yeah. Oh, good lord. All right. Green Day, American Idiot.
Oh, there we go. So that was one. My one buddy, the Litz, is a theater kid. He's a theater major, and he's still doing a lot of plays. One of the plays he did was a Green Day. Was an American Idiot inspired play, and that was a big song they kept using, and it kind of got stuck in my head, and it is a really good song in my opinion. That's something to kind of jam to. But that one has the memory of, and I think that was one of the first leads he was ever in. Was that Green Day play? Was that American Idiot play? So that's what holds that sentimental value for me. I have the ticket for American Idiot hung up right over. You can't see it.
Oh, we're getting stuff.
Yeah, the ticket for my American Idiot viewing that I kind of have. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, man. Love that. House of the Rising Sun. I believe this is by the Animals.
Yeah. So there was a Netflix show called The Umbrella Academy, which I don't know if you ever heard of.
Oh, yeah.
That song was on there. I think that was for their third season. Each season they have like a big musical song or something like that. This wasn't specifically for that one, but I could have put all three of those on their list, but they were very weird songs. That's one that had like a really sick montage of have you seen The Umbrella Academy?
I think I've seen all but the most recent season. I think
you're good
it's
there.
One of those...
You're good there.
Okay.
The last season, I could sit here forever and talk about how it instantly became like, why did they make this? And in all the cast interviews, you could tell they did not want to be there.
Oh no.
It became one of the most loved Netflix shows to the single most hated, like that.
Yeah.
But their season 3 was also not that well loved. I loved it. This
I
was a
remember
very
liking
weird.
season 3 a lot.
It was a very weird scene.
Yeah.
Of all the moms passing away or dying from the freak events, and that was the song that was used. And they used it a couple of times. And I think the song they used was a cover by Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, which I only just recently found out that he's saying that for that show.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very weird, but that because Umbrella Academy was one of my favorite shows, and that's like the song I have correlated from that show personally.
For sure. Keyword in that is was.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up our top 10 here, we have Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
So I never listened to music growing up. I just never did. And I don't know why. I was more of like a quiet kid, stay in my room drawing, or outside. We used to have a trampoline. My friends would do flips on the trampoline. Never listened to music. Never did. It wasn't up until 2021 where I started going to the gym and needing some kind of music. So I would start putting on the top 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then even like we go through these big times. Like I haven't. What was it? Tuesday I started listening to music again. I didn't listen to music for the last like 2-3 months because I was working with my buddy and I didn't wear headphones.
Oh, okay.
So it was starting up again. Well, thankfully I was able to come up with half this list. Ask me this Monday and I would have been screwed. But that was one of the first songs that I ever like had on repeat.
Okay.
And it wasn't until I started posting my Spotify year recaps, and I think like 2-3 years straight that was on it, and everybody on Instagram or Twitter would make fun of me. And I'm like, it was a good song.
For sure.
But there's so many other ones that people make fun of me. Like, why have that song? There's so many other good ones.
Yeah.
But I truthfully, I just don't listen to anything. That's why there's such a diverse set of songs on this list.
Definitely.
Very weird.
I mean, hey, man. No, I dig it. I dig the list. Well, that is what I like to call the trifecta of entertainment. Very nice. Very nicely done. And we are going to wrap up Eero's Top 5 with a question I always end with everybody. This one hits a little hard. The world... I'm trying to tread very lightly right now because of all the recent events. The world is just a crazy place, man. Negativity runs rampant, toxicity. We are in a very prominent position to where I feel like that we sometimes have to be the force moving forward of positivity to try to, tell people it's okay, man. But Mega Man, I'm going to give you the stage, my friend. And if you had just one thing to tell the world, what would that thing be?
To smile more. And that sounds very odd because, obviously because it's Roman Atwood's thing. But genuinely, like, it's absurd how contagious a smile is. A smile can make someone's day. And that's really important, especially with the world full of negativity right now. I think that's all that someone could need in their day right now. Because you have so many people kind of being set off by the littlest things. So we just need more positivity. And for a lot of people, it's just having that smile on their face. The smile is very contagious.
Love it. I love it. Mega Man, congratulations on running the gauntlet, brother. You're not a
really
robot.
I appreciate you inviting me on.
Yeah, man. Oh, we're not done. That's
Good.
Zero's top
Good.
5. The gauntlet, man. I love asking people all those questions. It's some of my favorite stuff to do.
No, that was really fun. I really enjoyed the gauntlet right there.
Yeah, man.
That was sick.
I'm always super curious because you throw them off immediately by the favorite ice cream. Because, like,
Yeah, I was really thought. I don't know if you saw my face, but I
Yeah.
got my entire. I wrote an entire little like study guide for myself, getting
Yep.
ready. You thought I didn't have that on my. I should have put that on my. I was so confused. I was not ready for that.
Yep. So back in season 1 of this show, I used to do the interviews in person because it was with actual people that I knew, outside
Yeah.
of streaming and all that, and it never failed. Every single time they'd just look at me and they'd be like, "My favorite what?" Love it. I love it. Well, obviously, I would be remiss without bringing up at some point in this podcast the Power Rangers, because
Oh, okay.
you have got quite a bit of Power Rangers stuff, man. I actually commented that as we jumped into the channel here. What is it about the Power Rangers, man?
It was just something growing up that I really loved. It's so weird to say the storytelling of it.
It's not
There
at all.
was my top. I only just recently got back into it because of my niece and nephew. They loved. I have this entire chest down here used to be full of my toys growing up of Power Rangers, and now they play with a lot of it. But my top 3 favorite seasons were a season called Time Force, a season called
Yup.
RPM, and what was my other one? Why am I drawing a blank? You put me on the spot.
Oh, I did.
I think it was Lightspeed Rescue, and all 3 of them had a much darker story to it, specifically a season called RPM.
Yep.
That was, and this was back when Disney had bought and was making the show. This was supposed to be the last season ever, and they're like, nope, let's just throw all the money we have left at it. And it was the darkest story ever. Rangers died during it. It was a post-apocalyptic world. Being overrun by machines and pollution, and like if you go outside the dome, you will die, sort of thing.
Yeah,
and then Time Force was a lot about racism and how the mutants grew up, and the only reason they were bad was because everyone was racist towards them. They had a huge episode where one of the Rangers, who was not really part of the team, was just going to kill one of the monsters because it looked different, and the other Rangers had to stand up for it. And it was a whole thing that, like, they really aren't bad people. It's just they were misunderstood. And I think that was the only season where the bad guy turned himself in because he realized the humans weren't bad.
I have not watched any of those in so long. But, like, growing up, I also grew up watching, obviously, when I was a kid, it was Mighty Morphin and then Zeo, Turbo in space. And I remember watching, because obviously, like, you've got Tommy, obviously Jason David Frank, rest in peace. Obviously, you've got the Green Ranger sitting there, and obviously, I feel like the Green Ranger is everybody's favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I have his Dragon Zord, I have his Dragon Dagger, and then I have full art, full metal Dragon Zord that I got at the convention I went to. That I said I never, and I have a power coin sitting on my desk, which I completely forgot. I completely forgot about that. Yeah,
that's awesome. Now, I obviously I feel like Tommy was always everybody's favorite.
Yeah,
I remember watching the episode where he died and then came back as the White Ranger. Man,
yeah,
such good stuff. But no, don't say that the storytelling is the weird, is the weird part that you like. No, man, Power Rangers tells
it was guys
great
kicking ass.
Stories,
it was a bunch of guys kicking
man.
ass. Yeah,
exactly. No, I love Power Rangers. I do.
I have Prop Saba hanging up right now just because you mentioned the White Ranger.
Oh no.
Which I also got at Too Many Games, which is sick. Which I kind of have. It's completely foam, and
okay.
I would be lying if I said, because they have an auction right now. They are auctioning off everything, every helmet, every suit, every prop, everything that was ever used in Power Rangers. They're auctioning off right now, and I would be lying if I said I didn't bid on a few of them.
Oh, well, I mean,
on a few pieces.
Yeah.
But this I also got at Too Many Games, and that's
awesome.
I kind of have this hanging up.
Yeah. Well, man. No, trust me. I I look around my little office that I've got, and I don't have anything Power Rangers, and it hurts my soul a
I'm
little because
actually
I'm
just realizing
realizing.
I have a lot of Power Ranger stuff up right now. I got a poster. I got a wood carving poster. I have the 1994 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie McDonald's belt buckle on my shelf.
Oh man, what a deep
Yeah.
cut! What a deep cut!
I have that kind of sitting up here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have so much stuff about Power Rangers just hung up. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, if after that conversation, I would have just honestly assumed, especially seeing the amount of Power Ranger stuff that you have, this is why you chose green as your overall theme, and I assume that is not correct.
So, just to some kind of, you're right.
Okay.
Same thing with the long hair. That's the reason I'm actually wearing earbuds. Every time I'm on camera now, I wear earbuds instead of headphones just to make it look like I have hair left.
Okay, yeah.
But for a long time, I was wearing long hair because of my man JD. Where is it? Tommy Oliver, right here. And also, there's also really no good reason for it. It was just kind of a thing that happened and stuck. Like, we painted this room green. It was actually not by choice. By my choice. I would have painted it gray, personally. A lot. So, for the most part, yeah, it was because of JDF, Tommy Oliver's Green Ranger, being one of my favorites.
Definitely.
But on a deeper level, there's no true meaning.
yeah.
If you want a meaning, yeah, we can go with the Green Ranger. But I
We'll say.
genuinely, it was just a thing that kind of happened.
Yeah.
And it became a meme, so I stuck with it.
Definitely.
In a way, it sounds so stupid.
Nah. I don't think so. Okay. It's been staring me in the face all stream. I gotta ask. The games behind you.
Oh yeah.
Wait, are these just games that you've played and enjoyed? Is this everything that you're streaming currently, or is this like a small collection of all times?
So that's right now for the most part my collection of all time. You can't see it. There's Xbox One, Switch, and Switch games. This was something that I was never really much of a gamer growing up. There was some games I used to only play in the Xbox 360. It wasn't until this last December where I got my Series X where I only played 360 games. So the Series X, like this last year, has been the first time I've ever played New Age games, ever.
Oh, wow.
And even the last year, 2 years, there's a thrift store not too far from my house, and that's where most of these came from. There. And it was something I was filming a lot more a few months ago. It was just after I got back from Too Many Games, the convention. I was just building a lot of stuff. I built that. There's lights built into it. I built a little archery stand because I'm a big archer. I actually have bows hung up everywhere.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I built a stand for my archery target. I built all these shelves. Oh, you can't see them, but I built a lot of shelves. I have my camera shelf that has like 70 cameras on it I built.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are kind of games. I built this because I had no room to put them. They were filling up my room. So I built this. It's mostly all 360 games. I would tell you, a majority of these I have not played either.
Oh, no. Okay.
Back in 2020, 2021, I was working, and every single time there was a Steam game sale that was something I wanted, I bought it. Because I'm like, oh, I'm going to play it, I'm going to stream it. Never did any of that. Go to this flea market, I would buy these games. So the flea market buy me 360 games, $5 or less.
Yeah.
So I'd go once a week, maybe every other week, and I'd buy like 3 or 4. Most of them I haven't played either.
Oh, no.
But I mean, to be fair, a lot of them, I also got at Too Many Games. Like, I have the entire Saints Row collection. I have the entire Red Dead Redemption collection, the entire GTA collection, the entire Walking Dead collection. I want to get all the Life is Strange games physically. I have them all digitally. So in a way, they're a collection, and the only reason I built that display is, one, so I could put them somewhere, and two, because it kind of looks nice hung up.
It does.
It fills with the background next to my no parking sign.
Let's say, as I told you when we hopped into this call, I really dig your overall vibe that you have.
Thank
and
you.
It does look.
I never
Yeah.
use these lights. I only use them when we're filming, but it looks weird with the lights on. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely adds a little bit of a different vibe to it.
Each thing here does have a big story. Like this is a collage I built of all my top photos I ever took. This a viewer made
Mhm.
for us. It was us
Oh,
in
wow.
Vlogmas. She drew it, and then my buddy Dirso had it. That's a display. Had it printed on metal and gave it to us. This is one of those spray paint art that an old buddy of mine made.
Oh,
These
okay.
are all my karate belts, my white belt all the way up to my black belt.
Whoa,
No
black
parking
belt.
sign.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about. We got my video game display,
Okay,
and then I have
yeah.
some of these. These are diamond arts. Where is it? It's right over
Okay.
here. Just random stuff. Like I have Arrow, so Green Arrow versus Deathstroke art, and then I have an optical illusion next to it, where every single time you move, it's a different set of like 20 superheroes.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that
So that's
does sound
kind of
really awesome.
That's the background.
Yeah.
The entire every wall in my room is covered with stuff.
Very nice. Very nice. Say black belt, or like, is it just karate or jujitsu?
I
or...
did karate, so Tang Sodu. I studied Aikido, which is like
okay.
disarming, takedowns,
Yep.
stuff like that. I did boxing, and then I'm certified in weapon training, so certain stuff like knives, bow staff, nunchucks, that kind of stuff.
So Mega Man can also mega kick your
some
ass.
Yeah, and then obviously archery on the side too.
Yeah, man, that's wild. You live a crazy life, brother. I gotta tell you.
Try. It's weird because like if you actually look at my day to day, I'm a very boring person. Very boring.
Well, I mean, we all are to a point.
Yeah.
We all are to a point. But we're gonna, as we slowly begin to wrap up here, Mega Matt, brother. I know that you're a very busy guy, and I obviously very much appreciate you making the time to hop on here.
Oh
with
no,
me.
I was so stoked when you asked me for this. This is awesome. I love this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've been talking.
I remember you were talking on Matt's pod that like, yeah, we never really had this one-on-one. So I'm really glad we did this.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I gotta ask as well, because obviously with you being such a big content creator, maybe I could get a little scoop. Well, we got anything cooking? What's in the barrel that you're going to be shooting out at your lovely Mega Matt audience?
Do I have it on my desk? I don't think I have it on my desk. Where is it?
Uh-oh. I think we're gonna get something here, folks.
I got this, and then I need this. There we go. So
we're getting something.
A new main channel video that's coming up. So originally, I was going to send you show you a teaser for either my Saints Row movie, which comes out soon, or the Among Us video, which came out today. But I'll give you a little tease. And this was something that viewers have been, because I teased it a long time ago that this is going to be a possibility that I want to do. I did the testing. These are two things I'm going to be using for it. For 24 hours, let me see. I will be living. Let me see if I could show this. I don't know how well it's gonna. I'll be living in complete darkness.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, but kind of looking forward to it. I have so many different night vision cameras. This is the world's smallest night vision camera.
Oh, okay.
So that's coming up, and then another video, which again, so this one I teased, and I never officially said this was being made. I only kind of teased like, oh, it's something you guys have been asking for. So living 24 hours in total darkness, and then becoming a treasure hunter. I have a magnet fishing. I have metal detector.
Okay.
And for the last week, it's been a week that we've done it. I haven't done it in a little bit because I've been busy. We've been looking for treasure, and we found some really interesting stuff. And so far, the video's sick, but that's one that I'm trying to take a lot more time to do.
Yeah.
So those are two things, that we have coming up.
Awesome, dude. No, I've spent many an hour watching those magnet fishing videos on TikTok, man.
The only reason originally I was gonna do magnet fishing, but then I started seeing more of those on TikTok, and the local hardware store near me had a really big magnet fishing magnet, so I was like, Do I get it? I'm gonna kick myself if I don't. So I got it,
Right.
and that's been like the main thing I've been using, thankfully.
Yeah. You
But,
haven't found any. Well, I don't want to spoil the video, obviously.
There's a
You
few.
haven't, you
So
haven't found anything like dangerous, have you?
yes,
Oh no. Okay. Anything you had to turn into the local PD?
yes.
Oh no.
There's one that we had to call. There's one that we had to call. Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Which
incredible.
I actually knew we were going to find something. Again, I'm not gonna say what because it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because some buddies of mine used to fish down at this because we went to 4 different locations. Well, we're going to 4 different locations. We went to 2 of them so far. One of them, which is the grand finale one. Buddies who fished there have found stuff like this before and had to call the cops. So I kind of had a feeling we were gonna find something.
Yeah.
And we did.
Man.
So that's coming up. I don't know when that's getting released because I don't know when the next. It sucks that I ended up procrastinating. It sucks that I kind of procrastinated a little bit because I got a little too busy. Because it's getting colder out, so it's gonna be harder to do. But I'm gonna still try to get it done within the next month or so. So
Definitely.
That's kind of coming up.
Man, you've got me excited to see this now.
That's
like,
one I think I will put out a little teaser for. Maybe.
Gotta do that, like you pull it out of the water and all you hear in the background is, wait, what is that?
Yeah,
and then it cuts, and then it just cuts.
Tick, yeah.
That's awesome, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mega Man, this has been an enjoyable time.
This has been really fun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on here. Let the people know where they can find you for the uninitiated.
You can find me in all things Mega. Got youtube.com/MegaMat Studios for all long-form IOL videos, all the bigger videos that we talk about here. MegaMat Plays, you can find me live stream, find me play any kind of game, from Telltale games to action games. And for the most part, that's really it. And then Instagram for any and all photography. Instagram at MegaMatYT. There we go.
Okay. And also, don't forget, you can also usually find them over on the FTI Studios pages as well. Maybe not as much anymore since Matthias seems to be taking the reins on everything.
Yeah, I actually So he has a concert. I think the concert already happened. I'm so lost on days. I thought yesterday was Tuesday. I thought today was Wednesday for the longest time.
Oh wow.
He had us all send teasers for our channels. I spent like all night editing my teaser, and it is the coolest thing ever. I think it's so sick. So I don't know if he's gonna post those, but if he doesn't, I will.
Yeah, he wanted one for me, and I didn't have the time to make it. I told him I was sorry.
I almost couldn't, but then he kind of like. I always tell him, I said, if you want me to do something, like kick my ass to make sure I do it, because I'll get super busy and then forget about it. So he really got after me to do it, and I'm so glad I did. So glad. It looked so sick.
There you go. No, I knew I loved when you narrated what was it, Sizzling Summer?
Yeah.
That was some good stuff, man. That was
the Sizzling Summer series, and then the Royal Rumble intros. Yeah. I have a lot of fun doing those. I'm glad he keeps bringing me back to do them. They're fun.
Definitely. There you go, man. Well, folks, don't worry about any of his links. I'll have it all shot down right there below. Go follow him on everything. And also, go follow me. Go follow Small Talks with Big Guy. Make sure you do that. And also, go check out Hit the Go Home. It's my wrestling podcast that I do with Jedi Joker and my beautiful wife, Brackle.
I will say, real quick, you are a sick announcer.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that.
So, I know me and Cap and Matt were talking. We do have a wrestling thing coming up.
Ooh, okay.
So I've been really looking at your announcing stuff. I think it'll be sick.
I appreciate that, man. We've actually got a show tomorrow night that we'll be doing.
Oh, there you go. That's sick.
Yeah. Love that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll say it's ring announcing has been something like I used to do the morning announcements when I was in school.
Oh yeah.
My mom always told me like you'd be a really good radio host, and I wanted to be in the ring actually doing the stuff.
Yeah.
But, I do enjoy what I'm doing. It's really cool.
At the convention we go to too many games, they have a cosplay wrestling, which is entertaining as all hell.
Yeah. Is it like I keep seeing the Macho Man universe, like there's like a Captain America Macho Man, and there's a Doctor Doom, Macho Man, and it's just ridiculous.
I wasn't able to catch this year's, but last year's it was the Mario Bros versus CJ, Big Smoke, and Ryder from Grove Street from GTA San Andreas. And it was the funniest thing ever. There was the biggest crowd ever, all screaming, Grove Street, Grove Street, Grove Street. It was so cool.
That's incredible, man. Oh, God, I'd kill to watch that. Hell yeah, brother. Well, thank you again for the kind words. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, go follow Mega Man, go follow me, go follow Small Talks, everything else in between. Just all the links down below. Click them all. Click them all. Click them all. Click them all. The links to the playlist will also be down there. I'm going to try to remember this time. For some reason, I always flip and forget. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This has been Small Talks, the big guy, the best podcast that you've never heard of. Mega Matt, thank you once again, brother.
I really appreciate it. It was so much fun.
Of course, man. And we will see you in episode lucky number 13 coming at you very, very soon. Thank y'all, and have a great night.